The Athene Real Talk Podcast explores controversial ideas to stimulate debate and active thinking. These ideas do not always reflect Athene's personal views. Welcome to the Athene Real Talk Podcast.
He has been called the best gamer in the world, hands down.
World-famous gamer and philanthropist Athene.
Gaming for Good, it's called, has raised more than $20 million.
Using his notoriety to raise money for charity.
On activism, science, culture, and self-development.
Proud to have him in the studio today. I would not want to take you on in a video game.
This is a very important insight. This insight is exactly what got me where I am now. Why am I doing all this stuff? Why, whenever people come to me, I have to deal with problems and talk to people all day long? I never complain. Why is that? Same with Tanya. She's in a relationship with me for 18 years. And a few months ago, she was talking to me, and it was with all the selfish stuff. She was talking to me, complaining, and I said, Tanya, do you remember when I came to you and started whining about my own problems over and over again? She says, no. I said, you have been doing this for 18 years. Are you actually aware? Have you ever projected in me? Have you ever even thought how it is to be me? Where I come from? Why I do what I do? Why I keep listening to you? Have you ever done that? She said no. And she became sad because she realized that she never really cared. She was only busy with herself. And that's the thing. When you see the people that care for you, you don't look at them. You don't even give them the time or even the effort to try and understand them. You don't, because it's easier for you. But you can. You have the choice to do that. And when you do that, you start to see real people. You start to understand. You start to gain perspective. And this is something everyone can do. It's too easy. It's not about giving up on your life. It's not about giving up on all your attachments. It's about just projecting in other people's lives and try to see it through their eyes. Okay, I agree, Athene, what you said, but how do you even know that the other person's perspective is their own, as opposed to your own personal projection of them? But you try to understand, you put the effort. It doesn't have to be a complete accurate. You just try and understand. Like when you watch a documentary about Auschwitz or when you read about what's going on in Yemen, try to project. Use your cognitive power to project. And I'm telling you that this exercise will change your life for the better. It will make you more successful. It will make you more detached. It will make you more insightful. It will give you a drive. It will give you purpose. This is in your own benefit. And it doesn't even take so much time. Do it throughout the day. And I'm telling you, you will feel suddenly better by just sitting and laying down in your bed. Just imagine what it is. Try to really visualize and experience what it is right now to be in Syria, to be in the cold. Try to imagine. You guys have the capacity to do it. And if that is a bit too hard, do it with the people that you care about. Try to understand it from their worldview, not from your own. I know it's not easy, but have the will to understand. Sklo says, I think projecting in other people is not that easy. It's not that easy, but it's not an excuse though. When you say other actions of other people doesn't really make sense, then you try to understand. You put more effort into it. That's what I do. When Katarina did what she did, I was awake for 3 days. Well, not awake, but I was really breaking my head for 3 days to understand why she did what she did. And that's why I came up with this realization, is because that is what she didn't do. If people start projecting, then they automatically become selfless. Because you see yourself in other people. And you don't want to harm. You don't want to. You don't want to harm yourself. You start creating a cognitive, empathic connection with the world. What she did was she left and she then was very angry and accused and threw a lot of things. That is a cult, that I'm a psychopath, that I'm a manipulator. It affected me because I thought that it was my fault. That's always what I try to do. I project in her and I go okay, if I would feel like that, then I have to have done something wrong. And that's the thing. It's because I project in her that it affects me. But when I realized that the reason why she said that is because she didn't even take the time to project herself in me or in this place, yet then suddenly it's very easy to simplify things. You can be a monster and you just see people and you just label them as evil and done. The reason why people can have such an easy time to send in World War II Jews to the gas chamber is because they don't even see them as humans. They don't put the effort to project, to understand what it is to be these people, to be these families. They don't. And you guys don't do it either. But you can. Same with here. So many people in this building are not doing it. And this is something you can train. It's something you can do. It's just simple human decency. You have to put the effort in projecting. I can tell you right now, most of you guys are not doing it. You just, in your own experience, and you just grab some words. You're not trying to understand me. You're not putting the effort to understand me. You know what I've been doing in 2 years of Real Talk? I've been breaking my head to try and explain things by projecting in my audience. You know that you guys could get everything I said by just taking 5 seconds of truly caring about projecting in what I was actually trying to say instead. Try to understand what I'm trying to say, because else, why am I even talking? Why am I even doing these live streams if you don't even take the time to actually project and understand what I'm trying to say? I mean, it makes really no sense when you think about it in communication. Same with, like, I even said it on the stream. Said, what I find really fascinating, how can people, when they go to family or whatever, take turns in speaking and not listening to each other? I said, like, how can people do that? It actually makes no sense, right? But it makes sense. If you don't project, if you don't put yourself and see the person through his eyes, then you're just busy with yourself. The moment you project and you see it through his eyes, not only do you see that he doesn't care about you either, and your social anxiety goes down, but you also see that he's not listening. Why would he listen? So you don't really even care about self-pitying or talk about your problems. You just think more concretely. Like, this is all processes. There's so many things that come out of this simple practice where you just put the effort in trying to see the world or see people through their own eyes. It's so valuable. You can travel the world from behind your PC by just reading stories and really project and really think, like, what is it to be that person? Really go through it. Imagine it vividly. Imagine if you would be in Auschwitz. Don't just look at it and like, lol, lol. No, actually imagine you are there. Imagine you're being, interrogated by ISIS and getting tortured. Imagine it is you. And the moment you put the effort, the small effort in doing that, you open up the world to you. This insight, guys, is so easy, by the way, and it will really benefit you. Put the effort. It's really small effort. Practice it. Imagine, just imagine what it is to be me. Don't dehumanize me. I'm just the same as all of you guys. And same within the chat, I'm the same for all you guys. Exactly the same. I'm not special. I'm not a monster. I'm not a genius. I'm not an Einstein. And I'm not a demon either. I'm just like you guys, trying to understand, putting the effort and the will to do so. That's it. This is not it. You still have to explain how it solves social anxiety or stress, like you said at the starting. Hi, Athene. Well, social anxiety and stress is connected, of course, but the reason why it lowers social anxiety is because you overcome the spotlight effect. The spotlight effect is that you really think people are looking at you way more than they do. If you truly try to understand and see yourself through the eyes of someone else, you will see that that person cares as much about you than you care about that person. And it really solves itself because you understand that the idea of that person being busy with you, that it's just an image in your head. It's not the case. By understanding how people look at you, by understanding how they look at the world, you gain the ability to understand how to speak to them in a way that they find you more pleasant to be around because you are actually listening. But also, what it does is it makes you realize that what you do ain't so big of a deal. And that solves social anxiety on a core level. Because social anxiety is a symptom of you being trapped inside your own experience and the way you look at the world. But if you project in other people and you really put the effort to try and understand intuitively, organically, naturally, your social anxiety will start going down. Will valuing logic come automatically as well if you start projecting? Yes, this is the essence. The moment you start projecting, your selfishness will just fade away. That is why this is such a big deal, because it's something so simple. Everybody can do it. Do it first with the people you care, the people around you. Do it with them. Put actively effort in trying to see it through their eyes and not like, don't judge, try to understand. That's all. But you have to be aware if they don't project, you are just an NPC to them. You have to be aware of that. So you don't have to think like, you start projecting suddenly, the world is all nice and happy and dangy. No. But you will understand it much better and you will know which people are more likely to gravitate with you and are like-minded. And it's really, really a big relief. Same with partners. If you truly understand and try to understand your partner, that on itself, this cognitive empathy, this practice can really bring you so much closer and it makes you so much more attractive. But also you're not inside your head. When you talk to someone, you used to be inside your head, but if you try to understand the person, you're not even inside your head. You're just looking at, how she thinks, how does he feel? That's what I do all the time. That's why when someone, like I said it before as well, and I even made the explanation here, like if someone comes inside the room and he is unconfident, is that your problem? People say no. But to me, it becomes my problem because I project in the person, I feel uncomfortable for him. And I try to help, I try to make him feel comfortable. It just comes naturally. I would really advise you guys to do it because it's so damn simple. Just try it, do it, project, try to imagine. Sometimes people get it when they look at a movie, right? If they look at a movie that follows a person, like a life story, you can project, you can see it through their eyes because it goes through empathy. It goes through just pure empathy. You feel it and you relate to it. You relate to the characters. You even become fans of them if you really like the movies. But cognitive empathy is being able to do that in your mind without just, seeing it. In your mind, projecting. And everybody can do it. But why do you value the comfort of other people above your own? Because I project. The reason why I don't mind so much about my own comfort is because I project. And I see myself in situations that are so much worse. And as a result, I don't take anything for granted. I'm so happy that I can go sleep and I'm safe. I'm so happy that I have warm water. I'm so happy I can just lay in my bed without having to worry to get killed. And that is because I project. The moment you project, you get perspective on what you have. You don't take things for granted anymore. So of course, your comfort, you're almost comfortable with anything. That's why I say I don't sacrifice anything. But it's an old insider thing, you just promote it more. Well, it goes further. Everything starts with the choice to put effort in seeing things through other people's eyes. You can do this. This is not give up all your selfish belongings. No. This is a very simple thing you can do that will help you so much. And you turn it into a habit. But man, you guys will all change if you do that. You will change for the better. You'll be so much more happy. You would come here. I'm telling you, there's actually people that will come over in this chat and say like, Athene, I've started doing this. And this is really a different way of going about life. And it's much more fulfilling. You will even experience it. Like people will be more gravitating towards you because you're not busy with yourself. You're trying to understand. And okay, it's going to be quite an effort, but man, it's so worth it. It is draining. It requires some energy, but it's so worth it. Kiwi Paladin says, why do you want to be so hardcore when it comes down to doing the good thing? But like Kiwi Paladin, you gotta imagine, project in me. Try to be me and try to imagine, okay, so what I said earlier is I'm projecting to me in Auschwitz, right? Project now in someone that is in Auschwitz. Imagine it's you. You're right now walking. Imagine, close your eyes. Imagine you're walking. You're cold. You just arrived in the concentration camps. They're splitting people up. Your daughter, your brother, your sister, your mother is one line. You're the other line. You walk and they go away and you don't know what's happening. And the guards are laughing and smirking at you. And then while you go to the camps, they go like, you're really lucky. You see the chimney there? That's your sister. That's your brother. And that happened. And that could be you. By projecting, you can experience these things. And then suddenly, like, what I'm doing is nothing compared to what I would have gone through if I was in Auschwitz.
Subscribe to youtube.com/AtheneWins. Watch the live stream at twitch.tv/AtheneLive and follow the real Athene on Snapchat.